The end was predicted long before its arrival, and its continued delay led many to believe that their fondest wishes had been fulfilled, while their darkest fears had been allayed. But all beginnings come to an end, regardless of how many twists and turns occur between these two cosmic poles. Alpha and Omega can only be separated for so long. It is their nature to desire union. The door is closing, the lights are dimming, and even the air smells stale and insufficient to sustain the hope that creeps in against the inevitable. The end is no longer coming, no longer on the horizon, no longer at a distance. It has arrived, and it is demanding to be admitted. Once we have let it in, into our country, into our homes, into our consciousness, and into our hearts, what hope can there be for us? What comes after the end?
That is all the information we have at this time. As we said, details are sketchy and reports are conflicting. We do not know what the death toll will be, but it is safe to assume that the loss of life is extensive.
The farm is nestled in the bosom of two near mountain hills, its fields rolling along the valley bottom, cloaked in spring-planted, spring-fed wheat, grown to a pale rust beneath the early autumn sun.
The day I first set eyes on this house was the day that Ben got out of the army.
I was born the same day the Wright brothers lifted off the ground at Kitty Hawk.
The wheat runs the length of the valley, racing neck and neck with the sweet corn and slender barley, collapsing together at the fence that squarely encircles the barn.
The Great War had just ended, and I was on the way to the train to greet him.
Their first 12 minutes in the air were my first 12 minutes breathing the air. Something about that connection marked me, because I was forever fascinated with flight. It was all I dreamed of as a boy.
The farmhouse has stood beneath these lumbering hills since before the birth of the last century, its oaken frame weathered but not yet bent against the ravages of wind and rain and time and memories of summers gone by.
The river had flooded the main road, so my father took the wagon down a road we seldom traveled, running as it did through the valley and not straight into town.
Riding with the clouds. When we entered the war, I lied to the government about my age and schemed and plotted to get into the air.
Beneath its solid doors, past its slim, sun-warped windows, within its thin plaster and horsehair walls, upon its cracked marble hearth, lies the heart of every farm and the soul of every farmer. Within the house are all the things one expects to find in a structure that has survived the greatest century, still standing upright. There is pain and loss, joy and sorrow, solace and wonderment, faded memories, silent dreams, and time-bleached desires. There is also a family, one not born but inherited and made like most families. Those that bequeathed the farm to this new family remember it well, so well that it seems to them like only yesterday they walked its narrow halls, plowed the tender soil, and lived.